Newzroom Afrika's Nqobile Madlala attended that briefing. Nqobile, did the Hawks give an update on other arrests? Because when we came out of that briefing, all we had been told was that 3 people were convicted, 30 suspects were secured, and about 2,000 statements had been obtained. Did they give more than that?
Well, in fact, we do want to get in depth in terms of that view, because they have already touched on various cases, including some of the cases like asbestos cases that they have worked on. So I want to bring in General Lebeya to just get into that. But General Lebeya, before we start on the arrests that you have made, I just want to start with regards to the Prasa executive manager's arrest. Why did it take so long? Because we understand that it took about 9 years before he was convicted.
Yeah, the arrest was effected in 2015, as you correctly have recalled. The process of finalizing matters in court is out of our control. That depends on the existing court roll. The court rolls are full, which is the reason why at times it takes longer. Some of the delays are obviously caused by the accused persons who from time to time will either be changing defense lawyers or they will be requesting postponement for whatever reason. So there is a number of factors that causes the delay in finalizing the cases at court. But at long last, it has been finalized, which means that it shall open space for other new matters to be enrolled.
And this is part of, obviously, some of the state capture cases that you have been working on for quite some time. And you've said already 3 people have been convicted. But if you can perhaps just unpack that for us. Who are these people? What are these cases that you were working on that you have had some success and secured people to be arrested?
You shall already have noted Mthimkhulu that we are talking about, which is one of them. There is also Mr. Mugwena, Godfrey Lebeya, who was convicted in the Free State housing matter. And you also had the late Madam Dudumuyeni, who was convicted and sentenced. So those are the 3 matters that have now been finalized from the DPCI side. Several other matters, as we have pointed out, are still pending on the court roll.
Which one are these matters?
Yeah, you have got matters such as the asbestos matters in the Free State. A number of individuals are serving before that court, the last one being the one that was extradited from the United States to come and join the ones that are on the court roll. And I think the individual has also applied for the charges to be withdrawn, which the court, I think, did not agree with. So there are other matters, some of which include the Bosasa matter. The Bosasa matter is we have effected arrest, and then later on it was declared by the ID that they would like to handle that, which they are doing. So it is not in our hands now. It is with the ID, but the matter is on the court roll. So we have at the same time also allocated some of our investigators. We allocated 15 investigators to go and work at the NPA so that they can deal with those state capture matters that are handled by the ID. So the ID is handling other matters. We are handling other matters, but we collaborate, we work together. We are both part of the National Priority Crime Operational Committee.
Right. And just to bring you back to the Prasa incident, we know that the AFU, of course, was tasked with getting back that 5.8 million. How much of that has been brought back already in terms of forfeiting some of these goods?
Yeah, that obviously I shall have to be checking if they have already finalized the processes, because when they have confiscated the assets in fixed immovable properties, inclusive of movable property, they shall have to dispose those properties to get the proceeds out of those. So it depends as to when are they finalizing that process. But what they do is that the court order will indicate how much need to be recovered. So if they dispose of an asset which is costing more than the amount, it means that part of the proceeds will go back to the individual if that is not part of the crime. But that the calculation will be done by the asset forfeiture unit.
Thank you very much, General Lebeya. Speaking to us, of course, about what is taking place. This is behind scenes. We know that the AFU is hard at work trying to get those proceeds, as he speaks of what had happened with that Prasa former executive manager that got 15 years in jail. But again, we are just to highlight what the police minister also was saying is that if you are, with regards to the government side or in the police side, you need to decide whether you want to jump the line and be a criminal and they will deal with you as a criminal. And also he was highlighting as well that over 2,000 people or police officers already have been arrested for jumping the line. So there seems to be a lot happening on the ground.
Nqobile Madlala speaking to the head of the Hawks on the back, of course, of that briefing that he held together with the Minister of Police.